NBC's Wednesday primetime lineup comes into focus with Vision Express. Fast, fashionable, focused.
KUAM TVH, first on Guam.
KUAM News headlines are presented by Calvo's Insurance, protecting Micronesia for 85 years. Matson and the Adahi Itano program. Apply at matson.com. New Jeep Gladiators up to $7,000 off now at Cars Plus. Named the best vehicle for adventure in 2024. Get your Jeep Gladiator today at Cars Plus. McDonald's of Guam, I'm loving it. And King's Restaurant, serving your local breakfast, lunch, and dinner favorites for over 45 years.
Ahead on KUAM News Primetime.
How much longer will it be until all public school students make a return to their home campuses? Education officials are hopeful sooner than expected, as only 2 more schools are set to complete sanitary inspections.
The CNMI midterm election is just a month away. I'm Tomas Maglonia reporting on Saipan with the latest from the Commonwealth Election Commission as they prepare for the big day.
NOAA scientists are sounding the alarm on a massive coral reef bleaching event happening across the globe, and Guam is expected to see impacts within the next month. I'm Mitsuki Hirayama with more on the coral reef crisis.
Hafid and good evening. Welcome to KUAM News Primetime. I'm Nick Delgado.
And I'm Destiny Cruz. Thanks so much for making us a part of your day.
Well, after tackling the island's public school crisis since the start of the academic year, only 2 public school campuses remain to complete their public health inspections.
Education officials providing updates on the situation during an oversight hearing with lawmakers, while 3 school communities anxiously await their return to their home campuses.
It's a goal set by the superintendent of the Guam Department of Education to have all public school students back at their home campuses by September 30th. But now 2 days past that deadline, the question remains, did GDOE make it? The short answer, not just yet, as inspections at Inarahan Middle School and Chief Brody Elementary are still inching toward completion. Yet during Tuesday's oversight hearing with lawmakers, Guam DOE Superintendent Dr. Kenneth Swanson remained confident, assuring they're close to the finish line.
I would anticipate that those will take just 1 day, and that we should have the results within the week.
Swanson also confirming Southern High School completed its sanitary inspections last Friday. Still, those results haven't been released. But there's talk of good news in the pipeline for the home of the Dolphins.
Generally speaking, up until about the close of business, like if I were to get that information right now, we would activate for Thursday for the kids to go back to school because it takes the day to stand up transportation, food service, and all of those logistical supports.
Okay. Well, I just want to
do that as soon as we get the word.
And even when GDOE finishes the race, they're up for another lap as the reinspection cycle of schools already with sanitary permits continues. With Tamuning Elementary School, Lyndon B. Johnson Elementary, CL Taitano Elementary, Aganya Heights Elementary, and Atacao Elementary schools are slated for this month.
We're starting into a cycle of monthly reinspection, so many of these are going to be inspected before the due date, so that we get onto a cycle of having 2 or 3 a month, year-round.
And in other news, WikiLeaks founder Julian Assange gave his first public speech since he pleaded guilty to conspiring to unlawfully obtain and disseminate classified information relating to the national defense of the U.S. His high-profile hearing brought international attention to the CNMI in June, as his court hearing took place on Saipan at the U.S. District Court. Minutes after walking out of the Saipan courtroom, a free man, Assange began his journey to his home country of Australia. On Monday, he spoke publicly for the first time since leaving Saipan.
I am not free today because the system worked. I am free today after years of incarceration because I pled guilty to journalism. I pled guilty to seeking information from a source.
During his hearing on Saipan, Assange told the judge, quote, "I believe the First Amendment and the Espionage Act are in contradiction with each other, but I accept that it would be difficult to win such a case given all these circumstances." A woman admits to her role in an illegal gambling scheme. Juanita Capulong pleaded guilty to conspiracy to operate a illegal gambling business, money laundering conspiracy, and money laundering. She's the latest among 6 defendants to admit guilt in the District Court of Guam. Capulong remains freed and is scheduled to appear back in court on January 7th of next year. Federal prosecutors, meanwhile, also got a superseding indictment handed down today against co-defendants Michael Marasigan, Jose Chan Jr., and Christine Chan. The trio, each facing charges of conspiracy to operate illegal gambling business, money laundering conspiracy, money laundering, and conspiracy to commit wire fraud. The feds say the group operated an illegal gambling business, and as a result of the conspiracy, bingo proceeds up to $34 million were deposited into various Guam Shrine Club bank and credit union accounts. A heated and high-stakes debate between Minnesota Governor Tim Walz and U.S. Senator J.D. Vance from Ohio.
This was the first time the two vice presidential candidates faced off, and it could be the final showdown on the debate stage for both campaigns. NBC's Bree Jackson is in Washington.
Governor, Senator.
Minnesota Governor Tim Walz and Ohio Senator J.D. Vance clashing on the debate stage just hours after Iran's strike on Israel put a spotlight on foreign policy.
You saw it experienced today. We're, along with our Israeli partners and our coalition, able to stop the incoming attack. But what's fundamental here is that steady leadership is going to matter.
Donald Trump actually delivered stability in the world, and he did it by establishing effective deterrence. People were afraid of stepping out of line.
A moment of unity in response to the devastation caused by Hurricane Helene.
I'm sure Governor Walz joins me in saying our hearts go out to those innocent people, our prayers go out to them, and we want as robust and aggressive as a federal response as we can get.
And on the economy,
Kamala Harris has said to do the things she wants to do, we'll just ask the wealthiest to pay their fair share. When you do that, our system works best, more people are participating in it, and folks have the things that they need.
If Kamala Harris has such great plans for how to address middle-class problems, then she ought to do them now, not when asking for a promotion.
Vance turning the focus to a top issue for Republicans, border security.
You've got to stop the bleeding. You've got to re-implement Donald Trump's border policies, build the wall, re-implement deportations.
Donald Trump had 4 years. He had 4 years to do this, and he promised you, America, how easy it would be.
On democracy, former President Trump's running mate refusing to admit Trump lost the 2020 election.
Tim, I'm focused on the future. Did Kamala Harris censor Americans from speaking their mind in the wake of the 2020 COVID situation?
So, America, I think you've got a really clear choice on this election of who's going to honor that democracy and who's going to honor Donald Trump.
With voting already underway in parts of the country, each campaign is looking to leave a lasting impression in what is likely the final debate. Vice presidential debates typically do not swing polls significantly, but former President Trump has not agreed to a second debate against Vice President Harris, so this Walz-Vance face-off could be a deciding factor in this competitive race. In Washington, Bree Jackson, NBC News.
And the race to watch is here at home between incumbent delegate James Moylan and opponent Ginger Cruz. Now we are just 5 days away from the candidates taking the stage in their first debate this election season. The KUAM News 2024 congressional debate is set for Monday, October 7th. We will be coming to you live from the Encore Theater inside the Crown Plaza Resort in Tumon. You can watch the debate Monday, October 7th at 6:30 p.m. following primetime on KUAM TV8 and streaming on KUAM's Facebook page and YouTube channel and on Peacock.
The midterm election, meanwhile, is nearing with just a month away from the big day.
Regional correspondent Tomas Manglotna reports on the CNMI's preparation for the midterm as more than 18,000 people are registered to vote.
With Election Day nearly a month away, it's all hands on deck at the Commonwealth Election Commission. CEC Executive Director Kayla Igatol briefed commissioners on preparation.
Our team has been diligently working to ensure everything is in place for a smooth electoral process. As of September 20, 2024, we have received a total of 21,049 ballots for the upcoming election. Our focus has also been on early voting on Northern Island, absentee voting, and overall preparation for the election day. Registration closed on September 6, 2024 with 18,401 registered voters in total.
They're also starting to train poll workers on Saipan, Tinian, and Rota. She also shared that as of Monday, they've provided 642 absentee ballots to off-island voters as polling places are also announced.
All the proposed polling sites that we have approved by PSS for election day.
Early voting for the Northern Islands is ongoing. Early voting for Rota, Tinian, and Saipan starts October 29 and will be open daily from 8:30 a.m. to 4 p.m. On Election Day, polling places will be open at 7 a.m. and close at 7 p.m. Voters must present a photo ID to vote. Meanwhile, former CEC Chair Jesus Sablan resigned effective Monday, leaving 3 out of 5 Saipan seats on the CEC board open. Tomas Manglonia, KUAM News, Saipan.
Everyone has something or someone they're saving for. From saving for your future college graduate to a down payment on your first home. Whatever you're saving for, Bank of Hawaii is here to help. For a limited time, you can earn up to 3.6% APY with our Bank Ohana Savings Special when you deposit $25,000 of new money into a Bank Ohana Bonus Rate Savings Plus account. So trust your savings to one of America's most trusted companies, Bank of Hawaii.
NBC's Wednesday primetime lineup comes into focus with Vision Express. Fast, fashionable, focused.
KUAM TV8, first on Guam.
Extreme ocean heat is causing a massive coral bleaching event across the globe, according to NOAA scientists.
For the first time in 7 years, Guam's coral reefs are predicted to experience severe, widespread coral bleaching and death. Mitsuki Hirayama has the details.
As the ocean continues to hit record high temperatures amid the climate crisis, the National Oceanic and Atmospheric Administration warns of massive coral bleaching happening around the world. It's the 4th global coral bleaching event in recorded history. For the first time in 7 years, Guam coral reefs are predicted to experience severe, widespread coral bleaching and death, according to the Department of Agriculture. Over at the Fisheye Marine Park in Pidi, environmentalist and freediving instructor Farron Tyron tells KUAM he's already seeing and hearing the impact with a silent sea.
Not only can you see reef health, but you can hear it in the silence of the fish. So in a really healthy reef, and I've traveled around a lot of areas. I used to live on the Great Barrier Reef in Australia, and you can hear the difference between a really healthy reef with a lot of parrotfish, Lagua palaxi, doing their jobs, scraping the algae off the coral and so on. And so when you're spearfishing or when you're out there on the water and it's quiet, it's kind of sad. It's not supposed to be like that. You're supposed to see these bright, vibrant colors, not these bone white corals.
On September 29th, Guam's waters entered bleaching alert level 2, the highest possible alert for our region, which indicates that significant bleaching and mortality is expected within the next month. It's a looming concern for Tyron.
Part of my upbringing is in the water, in the ocean, and relying on our coral reefs for all types of things, spearfishing, fun, my livelihood as a freediving instructor, and our culture.
But there's still time to get ahead of the coral reef crisis. The Guam Reef Restoration and Intervention Partnership, or GRIP, has been monitoring the reef's health for the past several months through snorkeling surveys. So far, only patches of bleaching have been observed, affecting certain coral species.
I have a very cool friend at the UOG Marine Lab, Ash Castro. She's saying they've seen some bleaching in the bomb holes over, and so it's not all doom and gloom just yet. We still have time to react to things if we stay on top of them.
If conditions worsen, they plan to initiate an island-wide bleaching survey and need the community's help.
If you are seeing corals dying, absolutely report it. There is a website, eormarianas.org, and you can say the things that you're seeing. You can report bleaching. You can report crown of thorns outbreaks.
Meantime, Tyron shares some ways you can help protect the reefs.
At the individual level, just don't step on the coral. Don't touch the corals. Don't stack corals to try to make them like pretty or some type of funny stack sculpture. If you can, wear reef-safe sunblock sunscreen. You have to actually look at the ingredients. It's got to be titanium dioxide or zinc oxide. Abandoned fishing nets can snag coral and fish along with it and just cause a lot of unnecessary death.
Mitsuki Hirayama, KUAM News.
Well, what started out as a school project for a grade turned into a cinematic piece.
Yeah, students from the graphic arts class at Simon Sanchez High pouring passion and creativity into Forget Me Not, a film that tackles important issues such as suicide prevention and mental health. Jonah Gancharfris has more.
Over the course of several months, students in Ron Robang's graphic arts class at Simon Sanchez High School took on the roles as writers, producers, and actors for the film Forget Me Not. Robang, who served as the director, breaks down the creative process.
They did create the characters. They wrote the characters and they wanted to give a backstory to it. And they tied it with the issues that each block wanted to portray in this film.
Forget Me Not tackles real-life issues such as suicide prevention, mental health, and various forms of bullying. The film is about a tragedy that unfolds over the summer. A high school is now left having to grieve its way back to normalcy. That is, until a familiar classmate, Damon, returns to school. Damon's return rips off the band-aid from many and forces his fellow classmates to discover pieces of the truth. The school project turned cinematic piece, and its overall message is something the Student Body Association and the Photography and Film Club wanted to share with others, and have organized a premiere at the Micronesia Mall Theaters on Thursday, October 3rd at 7 p.m. SBA Representative Andrea Eliana.
It'll be about an hour and 45 minutes of being able to do one-on-one interviews with the cast of the film, which is really exciting.
The crew and cast were able to watch the fruits of their labor. Gabe Santos, who plays Damon, and Jojo Malagrasha, who plays Tyler, share how they were pretty shocked. And Crystal David, who plays Leanne, realized it was more than just a semester project.
I was really excited watching it for the first time. Seeing these guys, even though I see them, seeing them on screen was different. And yeah, I'm excited for other people to see it too. I remember the emotional shock and like feeling proud because like you put a bunch of 16, 17-year-olds into a class and just told them to go film a movie. And
after watching the final product, I think I was very proud of how far we came.
Gian Tolentino, who plays Styles, and Christopher Abad, who plays CJ, invite all to come out.
We took a lot of time and it was really worth the wait. We had the patience and stuff like that. So them supporting us will also like make us feel like
if that one film that probably you will relate to because it's mainly about how to tackle life properly and how to just get over that little hill you tried over, then I'll say this film is for you.
Come out and support the students in all their hard work and dedication. The premiere of Forget Me Not will be at the Micronesia Mall Theaters Thursday, October 3rd at 7 p.m. Jonah Gancharfris, KUAM News.
Wow, real quick, that film right there, those students, I hope they got an A++. The production looked incredible.
Right? And of course, touching on such important topics.
Yeah, very, very important.
Kudos to you guys.
On a lighter note, now for a look at your world at home.
Here's a sunset view in Garapan on Saipan.
I'm Ginger Cruz, and I'm running for Congress with a plan. You can read it at gingercruz.com. Jim Moylan has no plan. You need to call his office. He lost $300 million in compact impact money. He let his good friend in Congress kill compensation for Guam's radiation survivors, and he takes credit for money defense is giving to Guam with or without him. Guam faces real threats and a crushing cost of living, and Washington, that's where we go to solve the problems if you understand how. Congress is tough. You have to engage with members, know what you're talking about, be convincing, and move Guam's issues. From my start in the Guam legislature in the 80s, to the Ada and Gutierrez administrations, to the highest levels of the federal government, this has been my life's work. I even taught it at UOG. A lifetime of experience means I'm ready to work for you on day one. I'm Ginger Cruz. I approve this message, and I humbly ask for your vote.
Honey, do you want some milk?
Do you ever wonder how your favorite products make their way into your local stores? Most arrive on state-of-the-art Matson vessels that transport containers of food, household items, equipment, and supplies into the islands every week. Because we know that you depend on us, we work closely with our partners to ensure that our shipments arrive on time, all the time, so you can find your favorite products when you need them. We transport the region's most precious cargo that supports successful businesses and promotes a better quality of life for our families. Matson is proud to have been the hometown shipping carrier for Guam, the CNMI, and Micronesia for the past 25 years, and you can count on us to be here for generations to come.
This burger looked at one slice of melted cheese and said, more cheese. It looked at pickles and said, also onions. It wanted to be more than hot. It wanted to be juicy. This is the Quarter Pounder with cheese. If you thought one napkin for the quarter pounder with cheese was enough, it's not enough.
Don't need a work break, keep the smile on your face. The moments you can't replace, and I'll be around. Whoa. You can count on me. You can count on me for life.
Wherever life takes you, we're always here for you. Calvo's Insurance. Count on us for life.
Vince Borja is a great candidate for senator. He's an MBA, a retired Army officer, an adjunct professor, and an entrepreneur. Vince is a leader who will use education to help our island combat poverty and drugs. It's time to change the majority in the legislature. It's time for positive change. It's time to bring back values. It's time for leaders like Vince Borja. So please vote Vince Borja for senator. No nonsense, no business.
I'm Vince Borja and I approve this message.
Find a plan that goes with your flow. Get unlimited local talk, text, and data at the most affordable rate with Unlimited Flow Postpaid.
You guys, I've been waiting all week to tell you about tonight's News Bites, right? Jams Media is presenting the Jets and Sapphire. Thank you, Jeff. This is an amazing concert, all right? Come for the Miami Freestyle Jams. Stay for the ballads. Both acts incredibly amazing. I feel young again, baby. This is the music of my youth. And for you youngsters, make sure to come out. Get your tickets at guamtime.net. You are going to be blown away. This is amazing music. And we also support our Polynesian brothers and sisters, so make sure to go check that out. The Jets came to Guam so many times before. They love Guam. I cannot wait. I'm going to be fanboying about this for like weeks ahead. All right, well, happening later on in October is the 2024 Fire Prevention Week static display. That is happening on October 6th. It's going to happen downtown starting at 10 in the morning when the Aganis Shopping Center opens, because that's where it is. This year's theme is smoke alarms. Make them work for you. And if you're up in Saipan, the Autumn Festival is coming to the NMI, so make sure to get involved and check that out. That is going to be held at Sugar King Park on the 26th. No disrespect to my friends up in Saipan and everything like that. I love my cousins up in the NMI, but I will still be, as I said, fanboying over the Jets and Sapphire. Can you tell I'm going to be on guamtime.net? Whatever the cost for the tickets, man, I am so there. So Nick and Destiny, are you guys going to go?
Yeah, doing pretty good, Jace. Thanks for the updates on what we can get into in the days ahead. Time now for your birthday wishes.
Here's your Cold Stone Creamery Birthday Club shout-out submitted on KUAM.com.
Everybody, when you show love to Grandpa, especially on his birthday, that's a very, very special kind of affection. So here we go. Happy Wednesday birthday to Mr. George Flores, and happy birthday to the greatest husband and father and grandpa and great-grandpa. Your father, George, is sending you all the love in the world. And a belated birthday wish going out to Stella Martinez Tarigui, who says, Biba cumpleaños, Stella, Daddy's fishing partner. May all your dreams come true and many blessings on your special day. Your family, Auntie Mary, and my children are all saying they love you so very much.
And that's your primetime show. Thanks for watching. I'm Nick Delgado.
And I'm Destiny Cruz. Have a great evening and stay beautiful.
The Hub is brought to you by Docomo Pacific Business and Leo Palace Resort Guam.
This week on The Hub, 3 newcomers and 2 incumbents looking to lead in the 38th Guam legislature. All you have to do to get involved is register to vote and show up to the polls on November 5th. Your livelihood depends on it, period. Half day and welcome to The Hub. I'm Nick Delgado. 25 candidates are running to be your senator in the 38th Guam legislature, but only 15 will make it to lead. This week, we've got on the Democrat ballot incumbents Joe San Augustine and Dwayne San Nicolas, along with newcomers Angela Santos and David Crisostomo. And under the Republican ballot, we have newcomer Vincent Borja. Half a day, everyone.
Half a day.
Half a day. So let's get to it. For the first round, each candidate gets 60 seconds to speak to the voters. Tell them a little bit about each of you. But first, multiple threats made against local schools in less than 1 week. Police arresting 3 students for their alleged parts in the violent threats posted on social media. The situation forcing middle and high schoolers to make more changes following the actions of a few bad apples. So candidates, I'll let you decide who wants to go first to respond. You'll get 10 seconds to just give us a little bit of your feedback. Who wants to go first?
I'll go first. You're talking about the Famagun and what you just know. Well, that's part of what I'd like to reestablish within the communities, right? Establishing those connections of you're not alone, we are there for you, and reconnecting our cultural similarities amongst each other.
Thank you.
Yes, Senator. Yes, you know, it's such a tragedy, and I wish, you know, to tell those guys out there, you know, don't victimize each other, you know. This is our school. This is your school. Don't do that.
Okay. Thank you. Senator Borja.
It's unfortunate, but, you know, as an educator, I understand like how that much, you know, how it doesn't just impact the students, it impacts the teachers, and it's unacceptable, and we definitely need to figure out how to do more to address it.
Yeah, thinking about this school violence, basically like bullying each other. Where these students off reality is at home. Your parents has to get involved. Okay, this is pretty much common sense. Okay, teaching the right things, the right behavior, the way you know, you can't be a decisive or who you believe.
That's
or
your time.
whatever.
Thank you. Over to you, Senator. Appreciate it. Well said.
Well, you know what? It's been mentioned before. It takes a village to raise a child. It takes a community to raise a child. We need to bring this back to the home front. Get the parents more involved, get the community involved, and then that will resolve a lot of issues.
Candidates, thank you so much for your responses. That is our icebreaker. Now to the introduction. Again, each of you getting 60 seconds here to talk to the voters. And we'll start off with Senator San Nicolas. Your 60 seconds starts now.
Oh, hello, Hafidi, everyone. My name is Dwayne San Nicolas. I'm running again. I'm excited to do this. I'm really just here for you. I ran and I realized that I'm in a wonderful position to make change, and there's one way to do it, and that's being at the legislature. So I'm asking again for your support, your trust, and your confidence. My name is Dwayne San Nicolas. I'm number 7 on the Democrat side. Please give me another chance. Thank you.
Thank you. Candidate Borja.
Alpha de Guam. My name is Vince Borja. Nothing special. Educator, veteran, small business owner. I'm here offering another choice to serve, or as an option to serve in the Guam legislature, and I hope that you give me an opportunity. Thank you.
Alpha Day Guam. My name is David W. Crisostomo. I was born in Guam, raised in the southern part of our island, that is in Ipan Talafofo. I am a U.S. Navy veteran. I did 10 years of active duty, reached the rank of E6. I pretty much, in my military career, I have traveled around the world on a ship. But anyways, my focus, I really want to, reason why I ran for senator is because we need to start taking care of our people of our island. I will work hard. I promise you, I will work hard. I have no limits. I take challenges. For me, challenges are opportunities. I'm David W. Crisostomo, number 8. If you vote number 8, Guam will be great. Thank you.
Thank you, candidate Crisostomo. Senator San Augustine.
Good evening. I'm Joe San Augustine. I'm running for a 5th term. I'm married to Joanne Joyce Babalta Chargo from the beautiful village of Santa Rita. We have 3 children. We have 11 grandchildren and 1 great-grandchild. You know, I believe in the people of Guam. I ran for the people of Guam, and it's about taking care of the people of Guam, and that's my focus. And thank you. And I'm number 4 on the Democratic side. Please vote for me. I'm Joe San Augustine.
Thank you. Candidate Santos.
Hafade Manay Manilu, Los Angeles Santos. I come from the beautiful village of Barrigada. I am the youngest of 9 with my brother, the former Senator Angel Santos, being the oldest. I'd like to talk a little bit about just the journey going through here, right? I first ran in 2006, was my first attempt. And just knowing and seeing when I first got in there, or in the campaign run, right? How you got these different personalities and just the way the system is run. So I ran in 2022. It wasn't a successful run in 2006. I ran in 2022 and just coming off being maybe the latest and the last runner. Anyways, it brought me here. I didn't stop. I kept talking, connecting our peoples and our differences that brings in the commonality of what we want for our Guahan to be. And I'm here in 2024 running for you, Guahan. Sainawasi.
Thank you. Thank you, candidates, so much for your introductions. Your Decision 2024 election show continues with more questions for the candidates after the break. You're watching The Hub.
The Hub is brought to you by Docomo Pacific Business and Leo Palace Resort, Guam.
Hey, I got the job. So I can go part-time. Yes!
Some days bring new opportunities. First Hawaiian Bank can help you say yes to making the most of them. Manage your accounts, earn cash back, and when you need advice, we're here for you.
We should really get him into an art program.
No matter where your journeys take you, you can bank on the best. First Hawaiian Bank. It all starts with yes.
Guam's auto appearance specialist, Elegant Reflections, has been providing the automotive industry with professional detailing and car care products at its highest quality, from complete detailing, full interior detailing, exterior detailing, headlamp restoration, hand washing, seat and carpet shampoo, engine degreasing, undercarriage cleaning, paint sealant, fabric protection, paint oxidation removal, and so much more. Visit us at our new location. Call 646-5555 for an appointment. Elegant Reflections, Guam's auto appearance specialist, over 20 years of experience.
Want a real taste of New York? The classic New York-style pizza offers a big, bold taste that's a Guam favorite. Handmade to perfection on a crust that's 30% larger than our large. It's just $12.99 per carryout. Classic New York-style pizza, only at your island Pizza Hut.
NBC's Wednesday primetime lineup comes into focus with Vision Express. Fast, fashionable, focused.
KUAM TV8, first on Guam. The Hub is brought to you by Docomo Pacific Business and Leo Palace Resort, Guam.
Welcome back to your Decision 2024 election show, The Hub. Each candidate will be given 30 seconds to answer the questions in this round. So for our first question, we're going to start with candidate Borja. Guam's economy is heavily reliant on tourism and U.S. military spending. What specific policies and initiatives do you plan to implement to diversify Guam's economy, reduce its dependence on external factors, and create sustainable local industries?
You know, I think one of the things that we need to continue to explore, and I know there has been some efforts, is really looking at other markets and ensuring that GBB has the funding, especially to go out into these markets and promote Guam, promote our industry, promote our people, and the things that we have to offer.
Thank you. Candidate Crisostomo?
Oh, the same question. Yeah, that's actually a very interesting question there. What I was thinking actually is to promote small business, support whatever the needs of the island. And as a small business own one on Guam, what I would like to move legislation on is to promote small business and make it more favorable to be a small business owner.
All right. Thank you. Senator San Augustine?
And the question is?
Yes.
Can you repeat the question one more time?
Yes, I can. Guam's economy is heavily reliant on tourism and U.S. military spending. What specific policies or initiatives do you plan to implement to diversify Guam's economy, reduce its dependence on external factors, and create sustainable local industries?
Well, when you want to sustain local industry, let's go back to the aquaculture. Aquaculture, you know, we start, getting the aquaculture moving on Guam, get the University in Guam involved, and you know they got the different programs. We needed to start doing that, and when we take a look at the outside folks, let's just open up our gates and allow the folks to come in but make sure they're vetted. Make sure they're cleared immigration. So we're not bringing in criminals or anybody else we don't want here. Thank you.
Thank you. Kennedy Santos.
Hafidi, with the experience that I had working with at Senator Clinton Rigel's office, former senator, I was his point of contact for the Department of Agriculture. And there's so many nonprofit groups. There's just that consciousness around in our island where agriculture needs to come back and thrive, right? So we can sustain ourselves when the ships don't come in any natural disaster or whatever not. And so really strengthening our communities in there, in the agriculture, aquaculture, all of that which sustains ourselves without the monetary.
Thank you. Senator St. Nicholas.
Thank you, sir. I'm always looking to Singapore for solutions and stuff. And one of the things that we learn now that you can actually work far away from the companies that you're dealing with. I'm actually trying to encourage more better talent here on Guam so that they can work afar. Who knows, we could make another Toy Story, or, we got to encourage technology and build the talents here on Guam. They don't have to work far. Move off island. They could just work here, produce all the good stuff here. And that's where I want to go with that.
All right.
Thank you.
Candidates, thank you so much for your responses. Now to your next question, and for this one, we'll start with candidate Crisostomo. Guam's political status as an unincorporated territory limits its self-governance. What is your stance on Guam's push for self-determination, and how do you plan to engage both local communities and the feds to advance this cause, considering the legal and political complexities involved?
Yeah, actually, I was reading up on this information, and let's just position if our hands are tied. Okay, you see, there we need to do things to make it easier so we can actually
Senator St. Augustine. The question?
Yeah, try that question one more time. I just want to make sure I get the question correct.
Guam's political status is, as an unincorporated territory, limits its self-governance. What is your stance on Guam's push for self-determination, and how do you plan to engage both local communities and the federal government to advance this cause, considering the legal and political complexities?
Well, the federal government really has decided what we can't do. That's number one. But we need to stand up. We need to stand up for our own self-governing. And let's come to the vote. And like they say, it may be prejudice and bias. Well, then so be it. But let's come to vote. They've always talked about let's educate the people. I think the people of Guam are educated. There's enough folks in there. We need to vote. Let's just get this over with. Thank you.
Thank you. Candidate Santos.
Can you please repeat that question?
Yes. Guam's political status as an unincorporated territory limits its self-governance. What is your stance on Guam's push for self-determination, and how do you plan to engage both the local community and federal government to advance this cause?
Right. So I've been a part of the political status area in our lives for a long time, and that's been our people's fight, right? It's been an injustice that was subjected on us. We had not had the opportunity to vote. And so by weaving the roots through our communities in which we already stand strong on, I, myself personally, am for independence. It means that we get to go out and talk with and gain that respect, because then we're going to give it to our outer islands and just be able to connect. So just continue that in my own work.
Thank you. Senator St. Nicholas.
Thank you, sir. I'm a patriot. I have 3 kids in the military. I love closer ties with the U.S. Guam is where it is, where it's at because of America. Of all the Polynesian islands, we are the most successful. We prospered very well, and it's something that I like to work together to bring us closer to the U.S. Thank you.
Thank you. Candidate Borja.
I think we need to we definitely need to allow the Chamorro people to vote and to decide, so that the U.S., the United States, knows where we stand. Like we've all shared, it's something that we've never really been given the opportunity. It was kind of forced on us. So whether it be statehood, independence, free association, I think our people deserve to be heard on what they want our status to be. So I support a movement for that.
Okay. Candidates, thank you so much for your responses to those questions. Keep it locked here to your Decision 2024 election show. Time for another break. This is The Hub.
The Hub is brought to you by Docomo Pacific Business and Leo Palace Resort, Guam.
Get ready to soak up the savings this summer at Kmart. Since 1995, Kmart has been the ultimate summer destination for everything you need. From groceries to outdoor living to everyday fashions for the family, we've been there for you. 24 hours a day. Kmart is committed to saving you time and money by offering big international and American brands you know at prices incredibly low. Whether you're finding the perfect shade for that summer glow in our beauty care aisles, firing up your summer cookouts from top brands like Weber and Kenmore, or gearing up for those outdoor camping and beach adventures, Kmart's your one-stop shop for an active, fun-filled summer. So, join the fun and soak up the savings. You'll find everything you need and more, only at Kmart, the ultimate shopping destination in Guam, where savings, quality, and summer fun meet under one roof. Kmart, your 24-hour superstore.
The Hub is brought to you by Docomo Pacific Business and Leo Palace Resort, Guam.
Well, welcome back to your Decision 2024 show, The Hub. Candidates, you each will get 30 seconds now this round to answer after hearing a question from a member of our community. It's part of The Hub we call What We Want.
How can I get my land title on a piece of property that's been under litigation for since 2013, 10 years?
How can they get their title for their land?
That's her question.
Well, visit land management and ask for it. If you know the track and the lot number, they should be able to identify the title and be able to provide it. If it's under their name, then they should be able to give it to them. There should be no issue, regardless if it's on federal property or not.
Mm-hmm.
They can identify, if you have the track and lot number, they should be able to give them a copy of that. Maybe not exactly the title, but something close to it. It is available. It is a public document.
Okay.
Are we talking about just the title itself, or
That's what
is she having a problem attaining? Right. Is she having a problem attaining it? That's another thing, right? But I mean, I'll go with what Senator Julian Assange went with. But it shouldn't be a problem for you to obtain those information. It's public documents, right? But if you're having another issue, then I suggest going to seeing one of the senators that are sitting in here, or come to me. Let's go find out.
Senator Nicholas.
Thank you. I think that was a question for the Chamorro Land Trust, but it's something that we have to work on and improve the service for our people, so that way they can have access to those documents, and we improve the services, improve the Chamorro Land Trust Commission. Thank you.
Thank you. Senator Borja.
You know, like most of them shared, you know, go down to the land management and request with, you know, having the correct information, but definitely need to look at how we can modernize how to request, you know, documents, or even just government stuff, or, you know, documents from the government online. But definitely, you know, start with land management, and then, you know, work your way through your elected officials.
Thank you. Senator Crisosco.
Yeah, I pretty much echo everything everyone has said. You pretty much need to go to land management, check the deed, check what, in some cases they may have two deeds, so that just as I used to be a real estate agent, the oldest deed trumps the new deed. Again, just go to land management, start there, and work with them.
Okay, candidates, thank you for your responses to that question. Let's hear now from another voter.
Can you give us a pay raise at our DOE? We're working with special ed. We deserve a higher pay.
These voters are very direct. They know what they want. And we're going to start with candidate Santos for this.
Sainao, I want to know your name. Lohu Agradeciao. I appreciate you for being in that hard work, for doing the hard work. I would love to absolutely give you a higher pay, a raise. But let's go see what the conditions are. Not but. Let's see what the conditions are in your area, and let's see what we can do to improve it for you.
Senator Nicholas.
Thank you. You know, I was a school counselor and my wife was a special ed teacher, so I do understand, you know, the hard work that they do, and they do deserve a raise, and, you know, we just want to make sure that whatever we're doing is equitable and fair. So that will be something I'll be looking into should I get another chance. Thank you. Thank you, sir.
Candidate Borja.
You know, for somebody that has worked in the private sector for a little bit and being in government, I definitely understand that the government can definitely, you know, really do or work a little bit harder to get equitable pay, right? I mean, if the job doesn't pay what the market demands, then we definitely need to address that as a government. But yes, definitely a pay raise.
Thank you.
Yeah, for me, I look at everything this way. Yes, 100%. Our teachers do need a pay raise. You know, the responsibility is our kids on the island, getting them all educated. And as for, you know, in your case, I really respect your work. People need to understand it is not easy. You definitely do earn a big raise.
Thank you. Senator San Augustine.
You know, Nick, when we're talking about special ed, they're normally talking about grants, federal grants. That should have been part of the grant. Should have been identified. We just went through, for this year and last year, went through a slew of pay raises. Why wasn't special ed recognized? You know, because many of us in this age, we can't see all of that. But it should have been done by DOE. And then that should have been resolved. And that shouldn't even been a question today. Thank you.
Thank you. All right, now to another question from another voter.
There's a supplemental bill out there right now, but I guess what can be done to, what is the plans for GMH to address their funding issue?
What is your plans to address the funding issues over at the Guam Memorial Hospital? And we're going to start with Senator San Nicholas.
You know, we got to go out there and just support GMH. You know, they're obviously it's a very critical issue that are concerned about, and should I be re-elected, you know, I will make that a priority to fight for GMH. Thank you.
Thank you. Candidate Borja.
Well, first off, we need to build a new hospital, whether it's Tumaning, Tuman, Mingilao. But yeah, definitely, you know, I support. I know the current legislature is doing their best to find the funding to support GMH. So definitely continue to push that effort and support whatever efforts based on obviously the availability of funds.
Okay. Candidate
So, in my case, my thought process here is the well-being of the people of Guam. Funding. The funding is there, I believe, is there. Okay, we should not be debating over the funding and the well-being and the care of the people of Guam. I see it as we can do this. We just need to quit talking about it and just move on and get it done.
Senator San Augustine.
Well, you know, tomorrow we have the supplemental budget in place, and we need to understand that there's 15 of us senators. We need to come to terms because what's listed on the supplemental budget was a commitment that I made and everyone in the body made during the budget session that we will add that and introduce a supplemental budget. And at no point did anybody bring up GMH. Now, if they want to adjust, we can take all 36 million and give it to GMH. But we need to come to terms exactly what does GMH need and why do they need that much? What are the issues so we can resolve it? Thank you.
Thank you. Candidate Santos.
The health is an important issue on Guam, and considering the rates, the high rates of cancer and everything else, that's my top personally. It's health, community, sustainability, and land. But I will do everything that I can do to work diligently to improve that for our people of Guam.
All right, candidates, thank you so much for your responses to those questions from our viewers and voters. Let's keep up the energy, shall we? And the questions coming. These candidates get a final round here in the Hub when we return.
The Hub is brought to you by Docomo Pacific Business and Leo Palace Resort, Guam.
What's that?
That's the Taco Bell Cantina chicken.
Okay, well, please tell me you're using a condiment.
Yeah, avocado verde salsa.
Oh, we believe in mayo. This is how we chicken in this house.
I don't see a pickle on it.
Maybe we don't want a pickle on it.
Okay, all right.
Traditionalists. They're in every family.
Dad, please.
Sometimes common ground is just one bite away.
What?
I can feel again.
I love you, Dad.
I love you. Taco Bell Cantina chicken burrito.
The Hub is brought to you by Docomo Pacific Business and Leo Palace Resort, Guam.
Elected to make laws and change them to govern what we do. This is your Decision 2024 election show, The Hub. Now, candidates, it's your time to shine. You each get 60 seconds here on The Hub to speak to the voters. So make it count. And we'll start with candidate Borja. You can look into this camera right here. 60 seconds.
Thank you, KUAM, for having me here today. To the people of Guam, my name is Vince Borja, number 4 on the Republican side of the ballot. Nothing special. Born and raised on, from the village of Dedito. I'm, graduate from George Washington High School. I joined the military, worked in corporate America for a little bit before coming back to home. I love Guam. I want to live on Guam till the day I die. I want my family and our children to live on Guam. And I'm offering my experience and my education to serve the people of Guam. And I'm asking you for that opportunity. My name is Vince Borja, number 4 on the Republican side. Viva Guam.
Thank you. Candidate
Hi again, my name is David W. Crisostomo. I'm on the Democrat side. I'm number 8. If elected as a senator, I have this very hard to, and actually I support this administration of moving the new hospital forward. Likewise, we need to look into our school facilities, why there seems to be a delay of school openings. And if elected, I would like to say I will be your senator. I will work hard for you, and I will always stand by you. Viva Guam, si Zeus Maasi, and thank you so much for having me. Dave Crisostomo, number 8. Remember, vote 8 so we can be all great.
Thank you. Senator San Augustine.
Hi, I'm Joe San Augustine. I'm number 4 on the Democratic side of the ballot. You know, my background is number 1, I'm a retired Army. I'm also a disabled vet. I'm also a former Board of Education member. And being in the legislatures, I was originally the chairman of education, and I fought for education. And I'm still fighting for education, and I'm also fighting for GMH. But being in the Appropriation Committee, there are many avenues that we have to all look at. And I need all 15 of my colleagues to join in resolving and coming to terms of what we need to fix. And then we can move on from that. And I'm number 4, and I ask for your vote. Thank you. On the Democrat side.
Thank you. Candidate Santos.
Guahan. Thank you, KUM, for having us, and thank you so much for allowing us to offer our voices for the people. My name is Angela Santos, Guausi Angela Santos. I'm number 11 on the Democratic ballot, and I'm running for you, Guahan. I would like to reestablish that trust that we have lost within amongst our people by weaving the roots in our community and really focusing on sustainable measures that help us get along through life without having to strive, without having to work and die off so fast. Man, a lot of our people are dying quick. So I offer myself as a public servant to our people of Guahan. I'm Angela Santos, number 11 on the Democratic side of the ballot. Sidos Masi.
Thank you. Senator Nicholas. Thank you, sir.
Thank you for having me. Buenas and Hafade, everyone. My name is Dwayne Nicholas. I discovered that when I was, sitting in the legislature, I can be a force for good, force for change, and I can be there to support, good policies for the people and have actually make a difference. Buenas and Hafade, Maniluz and Maninaho, Guausi Dwayne Nicholas, numero 7, banda ni Demokratu, hoko ku fatutui para hamzu na magahit, y minagofmo, zani minaulik para todo y tautautasia.